Well, detailing the Fairytale Zero episode. What is it? 4? No, 5. Uh, but Fairytale episode 2014-95. A pretty funny filler episode with the fact that the gang and Mavis are lost in a forest, and Warlord suddenly begins to bring up a ache of a past in the treasure hunter's past. Something about that Yuri's reckless action and never thinking what he did before he did it caused them to almost lose their lives. But Yuri is someone who's a bit laid back, saying, "What? We got the treasure, so what?" But Warlord doesn't really like that, so the two of them decides to sleep a bit far away from each other this time. It's during the campfire that both Mavis and Sierra asks Precht, "What is this past?" And Precht mentions that they were after a rainbow flower once upon a time, and they think if they caught that flower, their reputation would proceed. However, once they entered the building, it turned out that it belonged to an ancient civilization with murals similar to Native Americans, I guess, and but with a poison mist in it. There were no natives left because apparently nature or something else took them out. So either way, once they entered into the cavern, Yuri led them astray, even though Precht had a marking map. And then suddenly the lambs were led away, and boulders chased them to a minecart. When they rode the minecart, and when they stopped, Yuri pressed a jade statue, which made them run away, which made them tilt, something like that, down even more until it led them to a blue light cavern with the rainbow flower, who turns out is not a flower only. It's actually a giant plant monster, and the traps have been designed not to stop anyone from taking the rainbow flower, which the natives revered as a sacred treasure. No, it's designed to to keep them from escaping from the rainbow flower once they enter the cavern, because the rainbow flower, as you see, is a living creature, almost like what is that, light bulb fishes. Well, no, that's not their name, but you know what I'm meaning, right? And yeah, so the treasure hunters with their friendship managed to cut off the roots of the creature and take it. But yeah, Warlord, ever since that day, had had a little time accepting Yuri's recklessness, which is actually quite understandable. But during the end of that story, it turns out that Warlord and Yuri made peace with each other, and Mavis and Sarah decide to take a bath, all the while being very cheerful and listen to what they talked about and saying they should be friends. It's during this time that the treasure hunters reveal they are actually growing very fond of Mavis, especially Worodo, who feels like they should give the jade to Mavis once they do it. But Yuri is still being a little bit of a tsundere, says that they're treasure hunters, they're not supposed to give away their treasure, despite the fact that maybe even he is growing fond of Mavis. It's during that scene when Mavis and Sierra bathe with their bathing suits that Sierra hugs her from behind and saying that even if she don't have fairies, they have fairies in their heart. I saw the original scene. In that original scene, they were skinny dipping, but I think it would have been better if they had suits, bad bathing suits on. So yeah, I think half of this was a village episode, because when they finally reach the city where they see a blue skull looking demon on a cathedral. Yeah, they are now reached Blue Skull. What's gonna happen now? But again, I repeat, I think half of it was filler one, but I feel also it was actually quite enjoyable. Animation maybe not, but yeah, I like this one. Full of funny moments, and it was pretty good to see the treasure hunters build and their characters a little bit more. So give me your thoughts if you have any.